Hi, everyone. How are you doing today? My name is Connie, and thank you for coming back to watch the next video on So Curious. And today, the subject is where did funny go? I mean, I even have this book in my bathroom, so hey, sit down, relax, read some jokes, maybe get a chuckle while you're in there. But I like to laugh. I like to laugh. Laughing makes you feel good. It's good for your health. So I don't know what happened. I don't get it. Like, for example, did you ever tell a joke and suddenly the whole room went quiet? And it's not because it was bad, but because it wasn't pre approved by three lawyers and a sensitivity consultant. And I even told someone the other day, hey, you know what? You remind me of my Aunt Fran. And they said, is that an insult? Really? I don't know about you, but when I say somebody reminds me of somebody, it's usually because there's some kind of a fondness there. My Aunt Fran was amazing. She was funny, smart. She made a killer banana pudding. So, yes, it was a compliment. But I was shocked somebody would even ask that. But it's what happens nowadays. Growing up, being funny, it didn't require a permission slip. We roasted each other at dinner. We teased our siblings in the car, and your nickname came from something embarrassing you did in second grade. And it was love. It was love. We had loud, snort laughing, elbow in your side kind of love. And we loved it. We just had the times of our lives. And nobody ever said that joke made me question my worth as a person. Really? A joke is supposed to be a joke. It's not questioning anything that you're about. it's, it's taking it a little too personal. Because usually you just get called a goofball and then someone threw a couch pillow at you. And we laughed. But now a joke can get you uninvited from Thanksgiving. Suddenly, humor has landmines. You got to think twice before you say anything funny, which, by the way, it kills the joke. So I've seen folks before apologize before they even got to the punchline. They'll say, "Okay, all right, well, this might not be okay, but here goes." And then they kind of look around the room, and then they say, "Never mind." And they just kind of walk away. They just don't tell it because they must have spotted one person in that crowd that might have gotten offended by it. One, mind you. So, what happened to just laughing at ourselves for all the absurd stuff we do? We all do funny things, not on purpose. It may not have seemed even funny at the time, but when you talk about it later and everything's okay, you laugh. But you can't pick on each other anymore about stuff like that. Humor now, it's like diffusing a bomb. Like one wrong word and you're canceled. Like, when did we need disclaimers to be funny? Then cancel culture took over and half the comedians were gone. And the rest are just telling stories about their dogs. All right. I recently watched a comedian on a TV special. It was actually a YouTuber that put this clip on their YouTube. Um, and it was, he showed like a few minutes of the comedian's skit, and it was hysterical. I thought it was so funny. I didn't know where this was going at the time. And I thought it was hysterical. But then some of the audience suddenly started yelling out and saying, "You can't say that anymore," and started booing him. Well, really? let's like flip this coin a minute. Didn't you pay to go see this comedian? I mean, didn't you, and I presume, know what kind of a comedian this comedian was? Didn't you get in the audience and sit down, and up until that point, they said the wrong thing that you found offensive? You thought it was pretty funny? I mean, this is their job. They take being a comedian very seriously and they work on it. And I'm sure a million people look at it before they even get up there and do it. So sorry that, you went to a comedian and found his jokes offensive. Sometimes they just are. That was used to what made comedians so funny. So he might have said something you found as offensive in the comedy, but take a deep breath and let him continue on. You might find yourself rolling on the floor after a few more minutes. You never know. But the comedian was cool. He was humorous, and he just handled it with grace, and they moved on with the show. So bravo for him. But what I think is the worst part of that is how insensitive that was for the audience member to do that. I mean, everybody wants to talk about being sensitive. Sometimes I just think hold a mirror up, because that was very insensitive to choose that moment while he's got a show going on that he's worked so hard to produce and get it going, that you felt that that was the time you needed to say something like that. I just find it not only insensitive, but totally disrespectful to somebody's career, to what somebody's trying and working so hard on. So take a moment before you do that to people. I mean, unless you're doing the same job and you have millions of people that come to watch you, you have no room to talk. Stay quiet and just be offended for a few minutes and move on, or get up and leave. You don't have to stay. It's just like in YouTube, if you don't like this video that I'm doing, you just move on. That's all there is to it. I mean, that's what makes, I think, YouTube so exciting as it is. I mean, there's some things I go on and I just take a chance, and maybe I find them funny. Maybe I find it a learning channel. I don't know. And I might stay the whole time, or I might stay for a few seconds. I don't know. So, you know, but I'm not about to go on there and say, well, I didn't like you. I mean, come on, that's stupid. Now, I'm not saying all change is bad, because I guess there is a new funny. Some of it's clever, it's witty, it's thoughtful. It's those comedians that can turn a 5-minute trip to the grocery store into a stand up set. And I love it. And it is funny, but where's the belly laughs? I mean, the snort and spill your drink kind. That's what I miss. I miss the belly laughs, the ones that made you nearly pee your pants. I mean, the kind of funny that made you feel like a part of something, like this was something you enjoyed and you had fun. And now you're made to feel that you're being graded in your moral alignment. And I don't want to feel that way. So where did funny go? Well, it didn't leave. It just changed outfits. It took off the loud shirt, then put on glasses and a turtleneck, and continued on. Still funny, just harder to spot. So nowadays, if you're with a group of people and you do still laugh till your sides hurt, hang on to these people. They're rare. And I bet you had a really good time there. So leave me a comment. Like, what used to make you laugh that might not fly today? Like, for example, there's no way they would be able to put on the Archie Bunker show today, where a couple decades ago, people couldn't wait till 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, whatever time it came on, to sit down and watch that show. It was hysterical. But that would never fly today, and I think it's why people are having some difficulties watching movies nowadays, or even TV series, unless there's, I like the ones, of course, I would, that have some humor into it. But even the more serious ones, It's not the same anymore. And, is that good or bad? That's up to you. You watch what you watch, because you like it. And do you still laugh the same way? I mean, when's the last time you ever just belly laughed or cried when you were laughing so hard? Um, or you just chuckling. I find I'm becoming more of just a chuckler anymore. I mean, I find things humorous, but not to just make me lose it and laugh so hard. Do you feel that some people are being too hard on the comedians? Do you miss the comedians from the past, or do you still like the more gentler comedians? Which one do you like? Are you someone who jokes around a lot and then gets in trouble for joking? I mean, are you? Let me know. And if you haven't done so yet, please like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out a lot with just a click, and it's free. So if you could do that, I'd appreciate it. And hey, if you laughed even once during this video, or chuckled, or even just smiled, you're officially invited to stay tuned for the next video. It's going to be another type of real life one. So in the next video, I'm going to be talking about teasing. And yes, it's the good kind of teasing. It's the kind when teasing used to be bonding, and it was bonding. So until the next one, bye.